Welcome to Puckett Fieldhouse. This is Charlie Brown. You will hear from David Fox, Hall of Famer here at Central Methodist, in just a few minutes as he's talking to Billy Sheehan as we get ready to go. We've got about 6.5 minutes to go. We have the William Penn Statesmen, 11-0 overall, 3-0 in the conference, number 4 rated team or number 3 rated team, depends on which one you look at, in the nation. Against Central Methodist, 9-2, 1-1 in the Heart. Coming off an impressive win at Park, 77-56 last week. So we're here for action tonight. The ladies' game has already ended, and I've thrown my piece of paper over to the side, but I think it was 91-47. See if I can find that real quick and tell you that's not it, but this might be it. As the Lady Eagles were shorthanded, they only had 7 healthy players. 91-49 was the final score, as they only had 7 healthy players as they're coming back out of COVID protocol. But everybody contributed. No foul trouble. And they run their overall record to 9-2, and those 2 are both forfeit losses due to COVID. I like to say they're 9-0-2, 9 wins in games they played, no losses in games they played, and 2 COVID games. They were the number 7 ranked team in the last poll before COVID hit, and knocked them out of 2 ball games. So they were happy to get a game in, even if they were shorthanded. And Coach Mike Davis was not available tonight, as he's also in that protocol. So Lori Remy gets a win tonight as the fill-in coach. And I'm sure if he had lost, Coach Davis would let him claim that one as well. Bring David Fox in now to our broadcast. David, welcome for coming and helping me out.
Absolutely, Charlie. So happy to be here. Thanks for the invite. And, man, what an exciting night for college basketball. Great Heart of America Conference matchup, early season, 2 teams, top of the league, both playing great basketball. Should be a fun night. I
hope so, and I think it will be as we look out. And, the last game was 8-2 versus 0-13 or 0-12. This one is 13-0 and 9-2. So it's 2 teams that are fairly successful this year. And William Penn's been ranked all year, and they are ranked in the top 5 in the nation in the NAIA.
Definitely, and have been for the last several years, Charlie. And you talk about this matchup, and one of the things as we kind of look at the statistics prior to tip-off, both these teams are scoring. Central up in the 80s, and this William Penn is averaging 90-plus points a game. And so we're talking about a game certainly where I think it's going to be up and down. There's going to be a lot of field goal attempts, a lot of field goals made. And if you're a fan and you like college basketball, this is the place to be tonight. It's going to be a fast-paced, exciting basketball game.
Yep, looking at the William Penn scoring on the season, and they've got 1, 2, 3, 4. They have 4 players in double figures, and then they have a couple more averaging 8 or 7+. They're averaging 95.8 points per ball game, so they're going to run it up and down the court and shoot it with regularity. So it looks like it's going to be a good ball game. The men are all healthy, I believe. I know Coach Sherman is scouring the area looking for a big man for second semester, as Rain Hartman, his big man who was returning this year after missing last year, went home to South Africa and couldn't get back to the United States from South Africa because of the COVID and all of that went with it. So he missed last year because he couldn't get back here, and then he tears his Achilles in the second practice of the season.
Well, just tough luck. So
absolutely,
that's just unfortunate. Hey, I wonder what Dan Whittom's doing these days. Dan, if he's got any eligibility left.
He still looks like he could play.
Looks great. I tell you what, looks fantastic. And what a player Dan was.
His stuff is retired. His uniform's in the back.
Yes, sir. As it very well should be.
I remember going to a ball game when Danny was a senior out at Mid-American Nazarene. And he had broken the school record here at Central a long time ago. They stopped the game in the second half, and they gave the game ball to a player on Mid-America who had broken their school record.
Wow.
Like 1,600 points. So a fan turned around because I had a Central letter jacket on and said, you follow these guys? And I said, yeah. And they said, your 44 guy's a pretty good player. And I said, yeah, he is. They said, is he really good. And I said, well, he's our all-time leading scorer. And they said, well, how many points he got? And I said, 2,400. And they said, well, why are we giving our guy the ball? Give their guy the ball.
Yeah, people don't realize that, so absolutely.
That's 4 years of just about 20 points a game.
You know what? What you don't realize, that's prior to three-point shooting.
Yeah.
You know, Charlie, and also, you know, Dan obviously had fantastic size, great athlete, but he was also a great shooter, and he could fill it up from the perimeter. And very fortunate to spend some time here, and without a doubt, the best player I ever saw play in college. And very fortunate to call a great teammate, still a great friend today.
Absolutely, and you've been at these ball games with him. You've come and watched ball games with Dan and his brother Daryl.
Yep.
And I haven't seen Dwayne in a long time, but I saw Doug not very long ago, as he's got a son at Blair Oaks High School now.
All Whithelms, I think, are doing fantastic, doing great.
All of those young men went to school here at Central, along with sister Donna.
Yep.
So there were a bunch of them here. Dwayne was first, then Danny. And all played basketball, all did well here. So Central's very fortunate to have gotten that connection with Brunswick, was it not?
Brunswick High School, you bet. Absolutely.
So we've reminisced a little bit, and you'll hear us do that from time to time during this broadcast, because David is soon to be a two-time Hall of Famer here at Central. He's in individually, and one of the teams that he played on while he was here will be inducted this year into the Hairston Hall of Fame.
I appreciate that, but I tell you what, Ken Ash, unbelievable coach, great teammates, and I'm happy to be a member of a team that had a lot of success, and very fortunate. Like Coach Ash, great coach, still a great friend, and man, has some fantastic teammates. Mike Davis, of which obviously missed the Bills game tonight, is one of those. So a lot of Central Methodist still connections and ties. Dan Whithelm was a part of that as well. So.
Yeah, if you follow the Eagles on Facebook, you'll see Kevin Cantwell, Gary Weidman, alumni that are hosting things in St. Louis or Kansas City, or the people who were hosting and helped out with the BYU trip.
Yeah, absolutely. Great friends, and again, a lot of it has to do with the head basketball coach at Central Methodist, Jeff Sherman, who was also part of that team, and the success he's had over the years. And as you mentioned, man, just any way we can to give back to this program, and you mentioned a lot of, and there's a lot more, Charlie, that have a lot of pride at this place we're at. Very fortunate to be with you tonight, joining you for this.
It's my pleasure to have you. I've been trying to get you up here for quite a while. We run into each other at high school games on a regular basis, too. He covers teams out of the Jeff City area, and I cover teams out of Boonville and Sedalia. And Sedalia's in a conference with all the Jeff City schools down there. So that's how we kind of get next to each other on a regular basis.
It's a lot of fun, my friend, a lot of fun.
They've introduced the starting lineup for William Penn. It's Carmari Newman, 6'4" senior guard out of Detroit, Michigan. Kevion Blaylock, a 6'7" senior out of Houston, Texas. Rayanne Cobb, a 6'8" junior from Atlanta, Georgia. Chance Crusoe, 6'1" sophomore from St. Louis. And Malik Thomas, a 6'4" senior out of Copperas Cove, Texas. For the Eagles, it's Tim Cameron, 6'4" senior guard out of Norcross, Georgia. Isaiah May, a 6'5" sophomore guard out of Belleville, Illinois. Number 20, Jonathan Brown, 6'3" sophomore guard out of London, England. Fodi Kamara, number 23, a 6'6" senior out of Queens, New York. And Thomas Sawulu, a 6'8" freshman out of London, England. So two London, England boys in the starting lineup for the Eagles.
Charlie, both teams have good size.
Yeah,
guard play, we know they're athletic. We said earlier, both teams really like to get up and down the floor. Interesting to see on the defensive end tonight who can get some stops. Got a great officiating crew, and as always, I think they're going to allow the kids to, the players, to determine the outcome of this basketball game.
I hate these numbers that William Penn has on their uniforms. Yeah. They black uniforms with black numbers trimmed in red. That was Cobb, the jump center, gets the tap. Not wasting any time, trying to get to the hoop for a dunk. Slapped away by Fodi Kamara, but a foul will be called on him.
Nice little set to start the game, a little back screen lob that time for William Penn. Lack of communication there by the Eagles. Didn't step up to deny that. Missed the dunk, but got the offensive rebound. and a foul.
Cobb makes the first one. He's an 83% free throw shooter. They shoot 72.8% from the free throw line. Makes them both. William Penn has made almost as many free throws as Central Methodist has attempted. 166 to 174. Cameron down the lane. Scoop off the glass, no good. Sawulu battles, gets the rebound, and there will be a foul off of the back. Malik Thomas, I believe, number 10, playing with the mask on.
Yeah, you talk about that stat about William Penn making as many free throws. Obviously, it's an indication that we see that with the scoring. This basketball team really likes to get downhill, really likes to attack the basket. And you know what? Central Methodist gave them a little taste of their own poison that time. Great drive that time. Unfortunately, didn't get to fall, but big guy with a big rebound and an opportunity to tie the score.
Big Tom, as he's called by Coach Sherman, makes the second of the two, and it's 2-1. They're playing like their hair's on fire.
Averaging 96 points a game. I think we can understand why.
Karmari Newman with a three. Central needs to play their pace. Cody Famara with a shot and miss. Newman with a rebound. Got a lot of hops in him, does Malik Thomas, but he wasn't able to get to that one as that pass sailed over his head out of bounds.
Charlie, you brought up something I think real important is pace of this game. I think we know William Penn, certainly what they're averaging, and just early on, their pace of play. They want to get shots up as quick as they can. Not so sure that's what Central wants to do tonight.
Cameron backs in and gets a foul called, and it looks like that will go on Chance Crusoe. Team's second foul, Crusoe's first. John Henry, the head coach of the Statesmen. Sawulu, Cameron. Brown with a long three. Off the rim, no good. Ahead it comes on the fly to Blaylock. I don't think there's any need for a shot clock on this end. Bank it off. Kamara with a rebound. Picks up the loose ball. Kamara into the corner. That's Brown. May. Cameron pulls a three. Rims out, no good. Kamara tries to steal it. It's 2-on-1 headed the other direction. When in doubt, shoot a three. Does not fall for Newman. Brown. May. Cameron. Kamara. Very efficient shooter around the hoop, but he's got to get close to it. He does there. Scoops it up and in.
Talking about efficient, you are spot on, Charlie. Great job. And you know what? Good patience that time by the Eagles. Playing inside out, got the ball to the paint. William Penn's really not doing too much as far as fronting the post. He was open multiple times that time, and good entry pass and
we got a
good possession.
Must have a little bit of a bleed. I know Kamara he's a 50% shooter from the floor, and I think I'm going to look real quick at my stats. He's 0 for 1 from three-point range. Otherwise, he's shooting in the lane.
It's a good decision.
Yes, it is. Probably drove Coach Sherman crazy with the one that he took. Off the back of the iron, Cameron with a rebound. He's going to attack everybody in that way. Here comes Brown. He's going to go down the lane, lay it up over people. No go, but we'll have a goaltending, I think, as it's going to call it slapping the backboard or hitting the ball while it was on the rim.
Again, Central doing a nice job attacking the basket, Charlie. You think about it. All points scored so far have been directly associated to getting to the rim. Nice job early on here by the Eagles.
Yeah, Brown was the leading scorer for the Eagles last year. He's the leading scorer for them right now in this season as well. May with a steal. Kamara. He has a tendency to pick up an early foul or two. He's already got one. Sawulu's going to try and get to the lane. Can't. Cameron gets it back out. Going to get a pick from Sawulu. Go the other direction. Gets it to Sawulu, back to Cameron, lays it up, no good, and tipped around, and out comes Thomas with it, who loses it. Brown had it.
Don't play little ping pong here at half court, it appears.
Now, as the official on this side could not see if anybody touched it as it was up over everybody's head, the baseline official says it's Central basketball. So Isaiah May to bring it in. Cameron. Sawulu. May. Back out. There's Kamara, 0 for 2 from the three-point line on the season.
We jinxed him.
Well, I don't think so. Jumper no good. It's William Penn Cole to start out with. May, Kamara, he can go back in and scoop toward the hoop. Can't get it to go. Tipped and it goes out of bounds. It'll be William Penn basketball.
You know, Charlie, even though that shot didn't fall for him, again, where's he getting the basketball? And that's a place, Coach Sherman, you can tell early on in this basketball, the emphasis of the Eagles is to try to work inside first. And, you know, they've had some three-point opportunities. Good shots, just haven't had them fall at this point in time. But really like the emphasis early on. Try to get paint touches and
and it's interesting. It's the smaller team that's trying to get the ball inside.
Yep.
Fade away. Josh Watkins into the game, scores that one. There's off to Sawulu around the basket. He's usually pretty good around the basket. Jonathan Brown going to run it down. Off the glass and good.
Tough stuff.
He had 24 against BYU.
Man, that's just a tough move right there. That's big-time stuff. And again, you know, Charlie, another basket by the Eagles at the rim.
Say hi to his folks. We know we got people over in England watching Sawulu and Brown play, and that comes Brown out with the basketball right now. It's 3-on-2, but he lost the dribble out of bounds.
It's all right, still. Good possession. Had the right idea.
Fodi Kamara will check out. Dwayne McClendon will check in.
You know, a lot of times when you get into conference play, you know, we started this broadcast talking about how many points and how these teams, they are getting up and down the floor, but they're having a hard time scoring early on. Well, conference play means something different, you know. So there's a lot more on the line when you get into conference play, and we may be seeing that a little bit tonight.
Yeah, there's a lot of familiarity. Everybody knows who everybody else is and has some idea about some tendencies.
100%, exactly.
Cameron going to take it to the hoop, gets bumped. Ends up on the floor, but it'll be out of bounds to Central. Watkins with the foul, his first, third team foul. Brown out of bounds. Throws it into Sawulu, but he wasn't paying attention, but Cameron runs it down. Spin to the hoop, off the glass, too hard. Sawulu tried to get the rebound, didn't get there. This is Q Cager into the ball game, throws it away. May, very steady basketball player, not real flashy. Brown, on the other hand, shoots it goes over the backboard, is pretty flashy. He had a pair of left-hand dunks in the last game.
Awesome.
Exactly.
Fun stuff. That's great stuff, man. That's we're going to see a couple tonight before this thing is over.
I think we'll see a couple of flushes.
14 and a half left here in the first half. I think both teams are still just trying to fill themselves out a little bit. And,
nice pass by Cager underneath. Munir Newton. I wonder if Munir Newton. Yeah, never mind. He got that. Sawulu. Brown. Cameron. McClendon. McClendon was really good early, and then he got hurt, and he's been trying to work his way back into shape. He was a really good three-point shooter early on. In fact, he was probably their best three-point shooter, and then he missed about 4 ball games, and he's just trying to get his way back in.
Good. Definitely needed by the Eagles that time. Nice play. Good ball screen at the top of the key. Again, you mentioned Jonathan Brown's ability to get downhill. Good, strong move. Opportunity, 2 free throws. Hey, Charlie, I'm going to give it a shout-out to Coach Sherman. You know, I don't know if they give an award, but I vote Coach Sherman and his staff best-dressed coaches in the heart of America. I know it's early December, but, hey, not saying anything about the William Penn staff, but, hey, that's a
lot of shirts and ties over on that bench, isn't there?
What, looking sharp. A lot of pride. Like to see it.
Brown makes both free throws. He's an 82% free throw shooter on the year. And, again, I know he's got family from over in London, England, watching this as well. To the hoop, tipped around. It'll come out to Brown. He's going to push to the hoop. Blocked. Foul call. Free throw line. He will go again. Just was there about 8 seconds ago.
You know, got a tie ball game 9-9, and we know what William Penn wants to do. And you know what? Central's done a nice job getting back on defense, stopping the ball. Great job rebounding. And on the other side, you know, Coach Sherman likes to run a sets, hadn't had to do that. Obviously, Brown and company have done a great job taking what the defense has given them, and that is driving lanes to the basket. And so far, they've done a really nice job.
Eagles like to take the ball to the hoop. Don't settle always. When they get in troubles, when they start settling for threes.
As most teams do.
Malik Edwards with the basketball. A little push off by Newman. And there's a travel in the lane. Has tried to figure out how to get to the hoop. I do football here, and Jim Ray Cluck and I do the games, and it drives us crazy when their football uniforms are like these with numbers that are just the same color as their jersey with a little trim around them. They're hard to see.
It's like doing a game back in the day when everything was they didn't have turf.
Yeah.
You had a rainy Saturday and playing in the mud. You couldn't read the number.
All dirty.
All dirty.
Or doing a girls' high school basketball game with ponytails. Can't read the number on the back. Cameron with his first 2 points of the ball game. Quick miss on the three there. Scoops around and out. McClendon with a rebound. Kamar's going to back in and go to the hoop. Spin around. Lays it up and in.
Nice move.
And a timeout called by William Penn as their coach talks to his players about how can you just let him do that.
Great move, great decision, good post entry. Everything good about that possession. Well, everything about that possession was great. Charlie, we don't have a made three. We played almost a little over 7 minutes of basketball here against two teams that love to shoot the three. Not saying we haven't had three-point attempts, but I think we've only had maybe one, I think, as I'm looking at the stats.
Yeah.
We haven't had many. I know that. So.
Looking at the stats, about the third line.
Yep, we've had one. And I think that's going to change again.
Yeah, I'm looking at, for William Penn, they're 100 out of 265 attempts on the season, so it's 265 by about 13 games is 20-some a game.
Right.
Does not go. Rebound. McClendon. Cameron. That's Lyles in the corner, just in the game. Doesn't go that direction. Shot short. Spin in the lane. Try to get it to the hoop. He's on the floor. We've got a one-car crash down there. Kamara. Cameron. Looks for the foul. Doesn't get it, but there's Kamara cleaning it up inside.
Good putback. Good aggressive play that time.
Kamara's the leading rebounder on the team. He's got 109 rebounds. The next closest one to him is Cameron with 70. Dunk, nope. Off balance. Before the shot, that's Rayan Cobb. I say Rayan, it could be Rain.
These Eagles are doing a great job defensively. Played man-to-man the entire first half so far and doing a really good job getting back, picking up, limiting William Penn to only one shot, contesting shots as we saw right there.
Into the game for the Eagles is number 10, Trent Lyles. And if you haven't seen him before, he's underneath the basket getting ready to jump. He's got a huge vertical. He's 6 feet tall, but he's much taller than that when he gets in the air. He played down in Sedalia at Sacred Heart.
Sacred Heart, yeah.
Sacred Heart.
Absolutely, yeah. Great player, all-state player, yeah.
Can literally jump out of the gym. Three from right inside in front of the bench. McClendon catches the air ball. Ahead it comes to Lyles. Brown, call for a travel as he's just got too many moves and not enough dribble. One to fake, ball fake, jab step, call for the travel. This is Malik Thomas into the corner. Out of bounds off the foot of Blaylock. Eagles are combating the size of William Penn with quickness.
Yeah, they've kind of gone William Penn now. A little isolation game that time. Great defensive effort by McClendon. Wonderful job.
McClendon back to Brown. Gets a pick from Kamara. Kamara. Jump stop. Can't get it to go, but watch him fight for a rebound. Almost gets it, but Cobb comes out with it. Newman, short. Lots of elbowing, pushing, and trying to find room inside.
We knew it's going to be a very physical game. Great athletes on this basketball court on both ends, Charlie. And you got to be a grown man down there, you know. It's just one of those things. You got to stick with it. And so much penetration. You're helping, you're rotating. You're not matched up, per se, man-to-man on your rebounding assignments. And you just got to keep fighting, and the Eagles have done a pretty good job so far here in the first half.
Yeah, getting inside is not for the faint of heart right now.
No, and we talked to you earlier, this is a great officiating clue. They're going to let them play, and we've seen that so far. And it's, it's a battle of wills and technique and toughness. And I think the team that has all three of those is going to come out on top tonight.
Kamara with a rebound. Cameron. McClendon back to Cameron. Lyles on the move, and boy, can he move. But he gets a shot blocked from behind by Cobb. It's out of bounds. 15 on the shot clock. Be Eagle basketball underneath their own basket. Kamara. Cameron. Brown. Going to get a pick from Kamara. Comes around it. Inside to Kamara. Baseline jumper. Just outside of his range. Rebounded by William Penn. Brought down the floor. Pull-up jumper. Good. Get beyond Blaylock.
It's been a while since they've gotten a shot in rhythm. Talking William Penn, got something just in transition. The Eagles need to make sure that they do the same. Have a great possession on the offensive end.
Halfway through this first half, 16-14. Cameron to the basket, loses control of it. It's thrown back in, but goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Eagles on the side.
Charlie, what I was going to say, this William Penn team appears to be a team, when they get going, can score in bunches. And Central's done a really, really good job tonight, shortening those possessions and defending.
And contesting everything.
Everything.
Every
Absolutely.
shot.
Absolutely. Great job.
The last shot that William Penn made was the one you said was caught in rhythm. That's the first really open shot they've had in a long time that was not contested by a hand in the face or trying to get to the ball out of their hands. So I want to thank all of our corporate partners for their continued support of CMU Athletics, MFA Oil, the Braun Home, Jennings Premium Meats, Community Auto Sales and Service, AirLink, Drury Hotel, Missouri Pacific Lumber, Howard County Electric, and Commercial Trust Company. They make these broadcasts possible, so we thank them for their continued support of Eagles Athletics.
Got Quentin Norris up here sitting next to me with the stats, keeping us on target. Appreciate you and what you're doing all the time. Do a fantastic job.
Thank you very much.
As always. And chance to talk to Bill Sheehan, who's back here at Central a little bit earlier, and I guess they got a week left of school, and we were playing back in the day. Favorite time of the year is when classes were over and all you really had to do was concentrate on basketball and practice and play. And a lot of these college kids at all levels, it's about, not that it isn't now, but it's about to get a really good time of the year.
Yeah. Well, the women play on New Year's Eve day.
Is that right? Yeah. Fantastic.
They got William Woods here at home on New Year's Eve day. Lyle, back out. McClendon.
Big bucket, first three by the Eagles. Couldn't come at a better time.
Dwayne McClendon, his first points of the ball game. Like I said, he was really good early in the year, and then he got hurt, and he's working his way back into the rotation. Thomas with a three, no good. And there's a shove. That was not unnoticed, as it was a pretty good shove.
Yeah, McClendon's come in this game, Kevin, the last couple of minutes, and has been a spark. Made a really nice play defensively earlier on an isolation. Hit the big three that time, did exactly what he was supposed to do. Nice job boxing out and got the foul.
Miles gets away with running with the basketball before he dribbles it. McClendon inside, tries to pass it to Fodi Kamara, but it hit the rim. And there's the ball goes out of bounds. In lieu of a foul, they're going to award it out of bounds to William Penn. So Crusoe with it now. Looks inside. Jumper won't go. Kamara needs to give it up. This is not his forte, ball handling. Long three, rims out, no good. Big block out inside as Cameron missed it. Ball falls to the floor as everybody boxed out. Long three on the other end is good. Kamari Newman got 6 in the game, and it's a 2-point Eagle advantage with 8:05 to go here in the first half. McClendon just hit a three, rises up. That one's short, but Cameron runs it down. McClendon in the lane, little floater good.
Great pass by McClendon that time. Great pass, great finish, big bucket for the Eagles.
On the floor, going to come back out. Just hit a three from out there, and there's another one, that one by Cobb.
Got to know where Cobb is now. Again, this is a team that likes to score in bunches. That's 2 in a row. Make sure we try to do the best we can to take him off his spot or get him out of rhythm.
Yeah. Usually basketball is a game of runs. You don't want much of a run in this game from William Penn. Brown misses the three, and it's going to go out of bounds.
That's a good job that time by Coach Sherman. William Penn on a little mini run now, 6-0 run, actually 6-2 run. Came down, had a nice little set. I think he got what he wanted. Unfortunately, just couldn't capitalize on it.
Q Cager back into the ball game, a 5'10 senior out of Hopkinsville, Kentucky. This is Newman from Detroit. That one comes up short.
We'll take that.
Goes out of bounds over the inboards if it was hockey.
That's good defense that time. Again, awareness, know where Cobb is, got a hot shooter, make sure we know where he is at all time, and I think Coach Sherman will take that shot any day of the week.
Lyles with the ball. Again, he's not a prolific scorer, but he's a pretty good defender, and he's pretty good with the basketball. Kamara a long way from the basket. Brown. 15 on the shot clock. Here comes Sawulu to give Brown a pick. Gets it, goes to the hoop. No good. Sawulu trying to get the rebound. Tipped out of bounds. Will stay with the Eagles. Didn't grab any rim. So 5 on the shot clock.
Talk about some tendencies. That's the second or third time here in the first half. That little ball screen action at the top of the key. Great screen by Big Tom, and Brown's done a nice job getting to the rim. Just can't quite finish, but again, credit William Penn. There's a lot of athletes on that basketball team around that basket.
Referees get together and say it did hit the rim, so it resets 20 seconds. Cameron with a three. No good, tipped around. Kamara tipped it, comes out. It's Cobb. Second chance. Foul will probably go on Big Tom Sawulu.
Pretty physical.
Yeah, lots of block shots, lots of things you could call if you wanted to.
Man, it's always tough to call these type of games, but especially in the lane around the basket. A lot of hands, a lot of bodies.
Cobb, an 83.3% free throw shooter. Ties the game at 21. Malik Edwards checks in.
A little activity over here. Coach is trying to talk to a couple of their players.
Jonathan Brown standing in the middle of all of that conversation with a coach, a referee, a player, and him.
I wonder if they're talking about what everybody's getting for Christmas.
A good place to eat on the way home, maybe. Your buddy Ken Ash was my baseball coach for a year, and every place we went, we would talk about food. He wanted to know where the fishing spot was. Jonathan Brown with a 3. He's got 10 in the ball game. Again, he scored 24 against BYU. Cager. 3 outside, no good. Kamara with a rebound. 2-on-2. Into the corner. Brown just hit a 3, got another one on the way and hits it.
In rhythm. Talking about a team on a run. These Central Methodist Eagles right now on a little 5-0 run.
Yeah. And there's a foul on Tim Cameron. That'll be his first personal foul, team foul number 5. Isaiah May back in. Trent Lyles checks out. Jaden McGrew gets ready to check in for the Eagles. And Tim Cameron will check out.
Well, just a lot of positive minutes by a lot of these Eagles tonight. Everybody that's played has really contributed to this 5-point lead, Charlie. Great play by a lot of different people tonight by these Eagles.
That trip out to BYU is one that makes you very confident or not confident at all, and they came out of that pretty confident after playing in that.
Well, and even going down to Tennessee, even though they had their first loss, played pretty well and played against a really good team. So playing against great competition will do that for you, as you mentioned, and it's really helped this Eagle basketball team.
That's Blaylock with that basket. Makes it 27-24 in favor of the Eagles. May. Brown. McGrew just into the game. Going to turn the corner. He's a lefty. Gets it to Kamara, who's going to go lane. Ball fake. Can bring it back out. 7 on the shot clock. Everybody's picking. McGrew going to go to the basket, put it up, and that's got to be goaltending.
Oh, man.
It's not called. We come to the other end, and Brown's going to pick up a foul.
Charlie, I haven't been up here before. Can you complain about calls when you're on the air?
Sure.
I want to make sure I don't get myself in trouble.
Yeah, absolutely. Didn't you just hear me say that was a goaltending that wasn't called?
Charlie, I agree with you. That was goaltending.
They should go over and check the monitor. They've got a monitor over there to see all the plays.
I don't need to see a monitor. That was goaltending. Holy cow.
I thought once the ball hit the backboard, if you hit it after that, it's automatic.
No question. By the way, it was an unbelievable play. I mean, he was up around the rim or above the rim when he made that play, but it was pretty apparent it was goaltending here.
And Cager misses them both. And the Eagle with the best hair waits to come in. That's Charlie Bronikowski. Best head of hair on the team. Suulu might argue with that a little bit. Brown with another 3 on the way. That one's short. Gets his own rebound. Tries to get it into Suulu inside, who ends up on the floor. 6'8" man, 250 pounds on the floor. May with a 3. He hits it. Isaiah May, his first points.
Charlie, what a possession by the Central Methodist Eagles that time. You had your 6'8" big men diving after a loose ball, kicked it out, swung it, extra pass. May, feet set, caught it in rhythm. 30-24. Great possession.
What does that tell you, David, when you're playing and your big guy is willing to get on the floor?
Absolutely. And everybody on that Eagles bench was up, rooting him on, and he's giving himself up for the team.
Yeah, Suulu picks up his second foul, and Charlie Bronikowski will check in momentarily.
He's not going to get credit for that three-point shot, but I tell you what, his energy, effort, and what he did, I guarantee it's appreciated.
Well, he was on the floor keeping the possession alive.
Oh, just great effort. Great effort.
He will check out here after this first free throw, which is short.
Charlie, the last couple of free throws by William Penn, a lot of times free throws are a little long or they have been
They shoot
off.
73% from the free throw line, and they're not prolific. They've missed their last 4.
May not have the right guys shooting, I don't know, but they haven't been close on those last 4.
Kamara with a rebound. McGrew. Brown. McGrew inside Bronikowski. He'll go underneath the basket, come out on the other side, and just a little bit too hard. He's trying to get acclimated to the college game. He's a freshman from Boonville. Tell you what, William Penn doesn't value the basketball very much at times because they whip passes around that have no reason being passed.
I'll tell you this, not only that, they don't value shot selection. It wasn't a very good shot. You got a team that's got to run. Again, a very streaky basketball team, and you can tell. Obviously, we talked about their stats, and
we're just looking at
they a very perimeter-oriented team that likes to get downhill and get to the paint. Central Methodist, so far tonight, has been playing through the paint. We talked about Big Tom and some of the other players. Bronikowski just had a nice move. Unfortunately, couldn't get it to fall.
Both teams,
same, working to put the ball inside. Again, credit Coach Sherman and his staff and these Eagles. Their game plan tonight is play inside out. They've done a really good job so far. William Penn, they can't get to the rim. It looks to me so far they just want to shoot a three. Now, the danger, those threes start falling, you know, then they get on that run. But, again, credit Central Methodist so far. Defensively, they've done a really good job marking those shooters.
They're a 37.3% three-point shooting team, and there's Kamara with another miss from the three and a ball thrown out of bounds and away.
Yeah, that just tells me this William Penn, again, all the credit to Central Methodist, they're pressing. You can tell they're out of sorts. They're not comfortable. They're not able to play the way that they've been playing up to this point in time. And certainly it can change. But, man, what Central's been doing on the defensive end, Charlie, Central's only giving up 62 points a game. So, we talked to Coach Sherman, a good friend. He talked about this team being one of the better defensive teams he's had in a long time, and I think we're seeing that tonight.
He's got some athletes on the floor, which he didn't have a lot of last year. McClendon with another three. That one's no good. Kicked out on the run. And there will be a foul. That's on Brown. That's his second. Nothing easy. Blaylock at the free throw line. 68.3% free throw shooter. Trent Lyles gets ready to check back in, probably for Brown to keep him from picking up his third foul before halftime. Free throw good. Lyles in. Brown out. Cameron back in. McClendon back in. May and Bronikowski on the floor for the Eagles. Eagles have done a nice job of not playing at William Penn's pace in this game so far.
That's been the difference, Charlie, no doubt.
Bronikowski can shoot threes. Not that time, as he tried to chase it down when he knew he missed it. Again, he's trying to get acclimated. He was used in high school to stepping out and shooting threes, and he's not used to being back down defensively. He's kind of in between. He's about 6'6". He's not big enough, tall enough to guard inside post play, and he's not heavy enough to keep from getting back down. But he's learning how to play the game. That was a travel. Got away with it. McClendon saves it. Rain Hartman over with a boot on, asking for something. McClendon tips it out. Watkins gets it. Ahead it comes. Ahead of the pack. Laid up and in by Newman.
Yep, William Penn basketball right here. And again, that's Central shot 3 threes in a row. Let's see if Coach Sherman does something. Yep, going to try to maybe, not that Charlie hadn't done a good job for Bronikowski, but maybe bring somebody else and think about getting that ball back into the post at least to initiate the offense.
Yep, they had a lot of success early. 3 no good. Tipped around and out, and here comes the track meet the other way. And we've got a tie ball game. They had a lot of success early going to the hoop.
Yep.
And Central has settled for threes here in the last minute and a half or so, and their lead has dissipated. May going to go to the hoop.
Oh, lost it on the way up, unfortunately.
McClendon runs it down. Little floater, bangs around and in.
Big bucket that time.
He's got 7 off the bench.
Man, it's good to have him back.
6'5" out of Hammond, Indiana. 1 minute left in the first half. Newman. Blaylock stripped away from him. May gives it up. McClendon runs it down, and luckily it's tipped out of bounds. by Watkins. 40 on the game clock, 25 on the shot clock. Here comes Jonathan Brown back in for offensive purposes. Trent Lyle checks out, but he'll probably go right back to the scorer's table in just a second as soon as.
Kamari back in also, Charlie.
Yep.
We'll see if Central does something this possession to try to get him a touchdown in the paint or isolated at the free throw line to get to the rim.
Pick and roll.
Well, that was the idea.
Yep. Pass didn't work, but Brown knocks it away, and now Central can play for the last shot if they so decide, but there's Brown to the hoop. He started to show you that left-hand dunk again.
He was trying, wasn't he? Hey, 2 points are the most important thing right there. You can do it. We'll see those dunks later. Wow.
Not only did you take a long three, but you took it long enough that Cameron's got a three at the buzzer.
Tell you what, Charlie. Couldn't ask for a better game. Up and down, high level.
Well,
teams aren't scoring the way.
How many times
you
think that? Yeah, how many times this season you think that William Penn's going to halftime with 30?
Well, how many times this season have they been defended like Central Methodist has defended? I'll answer your question, and you're right, none, no question. And how many moving forward? And the best way to you have shooting woes or having a hard time scoring. The best way to counter that is to make sure you get stops. And Central has done that extremely efficiently tonight. And kind of looking at stats, no foul trouble. He's getting great help from everybody he's played. And let's clean up some things on the offensive end. I think Central maybe got a little impatient there towards the end of the first half.
The stretch where they went four or five threes in a row.
And another thing about William Penn's run, the longer the shot, the longer the rebound. The bigs don't have to worry about rebounding in the paint. William Penn has gotten some long rebounds, kick out, one pass, led to some easy buckets to the other end.
It's been a fun game so far. That's David Fox that you hear on the other mic. New voice for you, all in the Hall of Fame here as a basketball player at Central Methodist, and soon to go in this year as part of a team going in. So we have Quentin Norris up here with us, Hall of Famer.
Q.
I am the black sheep of the family up here right now. I'm in on a team, not individually.
Well, you're a Hall of Famer.
Well, the team is a Hall of Fame team.
I'll tell you what, I got you because I do see you, and as you mentioned earlier, I'm very fortunate I do some high school broadcasting. See you everywhere. Charlie, the time, the energy, people listening, myself included, that have a chance to watch these broadcasts or unable to get up here and actually watch the games. What a phenomenal service you do for all the schools, and not just you, but Prepcast and everybody you're associated with. We're so fortunate, and those folks listening, I don't think understand what time you got up here to set up your equipment. You did the girls' game. It's going to take time to not only shut down tonight and then get back home, but also you do stuff at home prior to broadcasts. When I got up here tonight, you had stats, you had information, you talked to coaches. You're the consummate professional. So not necessarily that. I'm not talking about. I am enjoying being with you tonight, but I can speak for a lot of people to thank you and folks like yourself for the service you do to allow. We talked about some folks in London that obviously we have some kids from Central. They wouldn't be able to do that, and it's just
and kids from New York and all over.
We're very fortunate to have you.
And I got into this with Prepcast. That's the company that does high school stuff for us that I work for. For the sole purpose of people that can't make it to the game. Last year, for instance, with all the COVID and the restrictions, and you got 2 tickets per player or 4 tickets per player, and everything was limited, Prepcasts across the state, we've got main offices are down in St. Louis. I do this part of the country, of Missouri. We've got an affiliate over in the Butler area that does over there, and then we've got one down at St. Genevieve that does Valley Catholic. We had over 375,000 hits on our network last year.
That's impressive.
Yeah, it's more than twice as much more than ever before. We'll be back to about 175,000 or so this year as it's eased up a little bit. But, we've had an opportunity to bring things to families. I will tell you a quick story about being at a ball game, a district playoff game a couple of years ago when a young mother came up with a child in her arms, and she asked us if we could say hello to her husband. He was deployed somewhere overseas.
Oh, awesome.
I didn't ask because she said, I can't tell you where he is. And I said,
right?
Can you tell me his name and his rank? And we'll say hello to him.
How awesome. That's fantastic.
So we did. We said hello to him. She also told us that it was his son's last high school basketball game because they were getting beat and they were going to lose. And Dad had not seen the son since the middle of football season. So it had been almost 6 months since Dad had seen the son. So we did a close-up on the son at halftime doing warm-ups and stuff. She came back up in tears and said he's watching. He's so thankful. And the crowd around us knew what was going on, and they cheered.
Yep.
That's why we do this stuff, not for the cheers, but for the fact that there's somebody out there that can't make it. And we can track where people come from, and we know there are people overseas watching.
Absolutely. Yep. And I'll even take it a step further. Obviously, Central Methodist guy, Jeff Sherman and I are close. We mentioned Dan Whittam. There are a lot of former athletes that played here in various sports that also are watching and get a service. And, we're alumni. And obviously we love this institution. And it's just another avenue to reach out and stay connected with a place that meant so much to you. And aside, your story is phenomenal. That's just great. So, hey, I know we got other stuff to do. Congratulations. Thank you for a lot of people, myself included. You do a great service, and just want to make sure you know how much it's appreciated.
I appreciate that. When I was approached about doing this, I got into this gig at Central because I know how to run their system, and I have a ton of equipment. So I got asked to come do football games, and my main statement is if I bring my equipment, I'm bringing me too. So find something for me to do, and I got the chance to do some football games, and that was fine, and I do those with Jim Ray Cluck. And Jim Ray and I have some backstory because my son dates Jim Ray's daughter.
There you go.
So we're
funny
both
how things
Boonville.
work out sometimes.
It is how it works out. So
that's great.
we kind of intertwined a little bit, but that's how I got started up here, and the folks up here were very kind and had nice things to say, and we expanded over a little bit to do some conference games. And this year I am scheduled to do all 30 basketball games that they play here at this place this year.
Awesome.
Plus anything in the postseason. Now, am I good at everything? No. I did a volleyball game the other day. Not my forte.
You know what? You let me know when you do a wrestling match.
I will call you. I will call you for that.
I'm not going to be up here with you. I just want to make sure I'm listening.
Oh, you want to listen?
Yes.
More fun would be listen to a swimming meet.
That would also be fun.
Because I don't know how to swim, and I don't know anything about it other than who's coming in.
Quentin? What sport would be fun to do broadcast for?
I think I can do basketball, baseball, better.
You can do it all.
He does all the sports
You're a
up
Hall
here.
of Famer. Yeah, you can do it all. That's fantastic. Great stuff.
I would tell you.
We got some numbers here.
Okay, go right ahead.
I didn't want to.
No, you're fine. We should do something about basketball while
we're good.
patting each other on the back.
Both teams are really shooting poorly in the first half. Certainly Central Methodist, the job they've done defensively, I think, speaks volumes for that. Can I look at stats and Charlie, William Penn is 13 for 44 from the 2 and the 3, and shooting 31% from the 2 and 25% from the 3-point line. Something I think is another stat here. I'm looking. William Penn has 10 turnovers.
Okay.
You got a team that likes to get up and down the floor and get to the rim, what have you. And we thought maybe that would create some problems. Their pressure and athleticism, Central Methodist with 3 in the first half. So, great job by the Eagles in the first half, taking care of the basketball. And because of that, Jeff Sherman's Central Methodist Eagles aren't lighting it up either, and they're 17 for 63. So both teams are really struggling. I will say I thought where Central was getting shots in the first half around the rim, I think the physicality of William Penn affected some of those shots, some of those missed shots. But I think for Central to continue to be successful, got to still play through the paint, and I think William Penn's going to keep launching it as they have here in the first half, and I think that's going to be the key moving forward.
William Penn's looking for transition points.
Well,
they're leaking a couple people out
Absolutely.
early, and Central has slowed that down to a crawl. They've got a couple of transition points, but not very many.
And part of that is offensive rebound, getting the ball in the paint and making some of those guys come in and collapse and rebound. And, again, from a first-half standpoint, certainly it's only a 4-point lead, 34 to 30 for the Eagles, but a lot of positives.
I bet there's two different thoughts in the locker rooms right now. Central's pretty happy. They're up by 4, and they haven't played particularly well. William Penn, on the other hand, is losing, and they're not used to that, and they're not used to 30 points in a half.
That's the key. Yeah, they can't. They're frustrated. I think there's no doubt. Central has frustrated them. The other good thing, this isn't a one-time deal for Central Methodist. They defend every night. So it's something that Coach Sherman, we talked about in the first half, hangs his hat on. He's talked about this team and their defensive abilities, and the kids have bought in.
Yeah.
And,
well,
regardless how you're shooting, I think this is a perfect example. They've really struggled shooting the basketball. Charlie, they're up 4. Why are they up 4? Because they're defending. They're rebounding. They're doing the important things to stay in the game.
Central gives up 63 points per ball game. William Penn gives up 81. They're not used to playing defense.
Correct.
They don't want to play defense.
Correct.
They want to steal the ball and get the ball down the floor and transition and shoot threes and make them.
Correct.
They have not been able to do that in this game thus far. We got a long way to go, but the Jeff Sherman, Matt Sherman, his coaching staff over there has done a really good job, and I always want to make a point to do this. I want to say hi to Mr. and Mrs. Sherman out in Colorado because I know
awesome.
They watch.
Are they really?
Yeah, they watch
Coach Sherman.
all the time.
Man, that's fantastic.
And I tell anybody, if you tell me that you got a family member watching somewhere, I'll be glad to say hello to them because I know
awesome.
I'm happy that they're watching and they can see their loved one playing basketball in college.
I know a great moment. We've got just a few minutes here. I think Jeff was able to have not only his dad but his sister, I think, come out to BYU and be part of that experience. And I know Mr. Sherman well enough to know how excited and just how proud he is of certainly Jeff. And
I saw some
Matt,
pictures of that, and he looked very proud of
as he should be
his son and grandson.
That's fantastic. That's awesome. Hope you got some snow out there. My daughter lives in Denver, and I say Denver's begging for snow.
Maybe they could get all that stuff that's in Hawaii to come over there for them.
They got some snow in Hawaii?
Well, the upper altitudes are getting snow, and the rest of the island's getting drenched with rain. And we've got some friends over there right now, and they're getting no sun at all.
Man, I'm in a basketball game with you, Charlie Brown. We're talking about snow. I tell you what, I've been stranded in Fayette before. I bet you have, too.
I've been here on several occasions. We were here during a spring break for baseball, and it was snowing. Played a game here at Central Methodist in the snow. We won when the pitcher tried to pick a runner off at third base, and the third baseman couldn't figure out what was the ball and where was what was snow, and missed it, and we won a ball game off of that. So I tend to look around and try and find the baseball banner, but now Central's won their second Hart championship. So
what a year and what a fall and
just what a year in general. Look, I mean, soccer. Both make it to the Final Four, men and women. Volleyball makes it to the final destination. Football, it's their first playoff game ever and their first Hart championship since 1975.
Tell you what, I think the world of Dr. Drake, and obviously, you talk about all that success, and there's so many people that are responsible and involved. But I tell you what, Dr. Rogers Drake, man, what a leader. Super excited, and boy, they've done some fantastic things. And
he has certainly made a difference here with his philosophy of not only do we want to get student athletes in here, but we would like to get some good student athletes in here and turn some of these programs around. He wants to get 100 cheerleaders on campus and 100 dance team members.
Wow.
He wants the band built up. He wants the football team to be good. He wants the basketball teams to be good. He's got soccer up and going. The Hart has a commissioner's trophy or something that goes to the school that racks up the most points in major sports. You cannot tell me that there's anybody close to Central through the fall, with soccer being champions of the Heart in both men's and women's, volleyball finishing where they did, football winning the Southern Division of the Heart.
Right.
It's just, it's been a great year so far, and they're not wanting to let that down at all. Nate Breland with the baseball program.
I'll tell you what.
Pat Reardon with softball.
Yes, who absolutely also I think is going into maybe his dad's going into the Hall.
His dad, Gene, is going into the Hall of Fame.
Correct. And you know what? On top of all that, it makes folks like me and you, alumni of this great institution, proud.
Absolutely.
Not only that, much more active than maybe we've been in the past. And again, I credit Dr. Drake, Bill Sheehan, is a great friend. And I can speak for a lot of guys in our era. We were relatively close when we went through school, and my wife's, my son both graduated from Central. So great times, and again, a lot of people to thank for that.
Yeah, my wife graduated from here. Two of our kids graduated from here.
Yep.
So
it's.
I
think I graduated. I didn't go back and check. I'm pretty sure I did.
I will tell you that you probably will not be in the Hall of Fame if you did not graduate, because I've been lobbying for 4 years, and I finally got a friend of mine in who did not graduate from here because he left his second semester to go play professional baseball and did not graduate. And I say extenuating circumstances. He went to play professional baseball. He didn't slough it off. So that's a friend of mine. That's Steve Klein, who's the best baseball player I was ever around.
Yeah, fantastic. So, well, Charlie, second half, what are we going to see?
More of the same. I hope we're seeing more of the same. I hope Central is patient, finds their shots, plays D, frustrates William Penn.
We know what William Penn's. They just want to get the track. They just want to get going.
Well, they want to speed you up.
Absolutely.
They want the game to go faster so they get more shot attempts. Sawulu to the hoop, left hand, foul called.
Great possession. Super possession to start the second half.
Big Tom, as Coach Sherman calls him, is a big man.
It's amazing as William Penn, if you as we're watching, they're not fronting the post. They're playing behind, which obviously those passing angles and opportunities are there. And they're not doubling. It's just kind of like once they get in, they're going one-on-one. If that continues to happen, man, advantage Central Methodist for sure, as we saw in the first half.
Fouls on Cobb. He's 6'8", but he does not have the girth of Big Tom Sawulu. Backdoor cut, nice play. Laid up and in by Newman. Kurt Sherman won't be thrilled with that defensive possession. Sawulu again, he going back in and turn left, back to the hoop, spins back into the lane, up and in.
Keep feeding Big Tom.
He had 1 point in the first half. He's got 4 in the first minute of the second half. May almost with a steal. Bumped, jumper, long, tipped around, and Kamara with a rebound. Leaves it. Brown, 3 on the way. Boy, that's good.
What a start for these Eagles, Charlie.
He's got 18 in the game already. Quickly right back. No reason you can't be slapping hands or doing anything, because here comes the basketball in a hurry.
That's the thing about this team. You make a couple good plays, hit a big three, you kind of get excited. Next thing you know, they're right back there. They're right back at you.
Brown, Cameron on the right side. Picked from Kamara. Down the lane. Sawulu gives it back to Cameron. Fade away, not going to be there. Problem with fading away, come up a little short, but Kamara steals the ball. Goes to the hoop, can't get it to go. Cameron tipped out of bounds, and it goes to William Penn.
That's a tough call. Great opportunity for Central that time. Unfortunately, it didn't turn out the way we wanted, but...
tried to pass it by Kamara, and he picked it off on the way.
Yeah.
Right to the hoop, doesn't hand it off, lays it up and in. Chance Crusoe with that basket. He's got 6. He's from St. Louis. Isaiah May underneath the basket. Short, tips, can't get it to go. And Blaylock with a rebound. 4 on 2. This is Thomas to the hoop. Bank no good. Sawulu with the rebound, and Cameron. Slow the ball down and get a shot, or just take it to the hoop and lay it in. Nope.
Pass.
May with a three. No good. Cameron going to run it down. Ends up knocked back inbounds, and Cameron ends up with the ball again. May looks inside.
Now let's run some offense. There we go.
Pull it back out. Brown with a pick to Sawulu down the lane. Up. Fouled on the play, and he'll go to the free throw line and shoot two more.
Kind of a hectic possession at the beginning. Central regained it. Set it back up. Ran some offense. Also, Charlie ran about 28 seconds off the shot clock. Got what they wanted.
Sawulu with his 6th point. Getting ready to shoot his second free throw. 6-point lead. That one's no good. Kamara tips it out of bounds. Fodi Kamara is always around the ball, around the basket.
So active, isn't he? Long, athletic.
Yeah, he got a free year last year with COVID and decided to come back and take another run at it from New York. Ball fake. Banked up and in by Cobb.
Strong move that time.
He's got 6. Leads down to 4. May. Kamara. Back to Brown, but mishandles it. Thomas. Newman. And it comes out to Kamara. 1-on-2. Finds Cameron. All the way across. May's got a 3 teed up. Back of the rim, no good. Right back to him, but it's knocked out of there. And there will be a foul called.
Keep rebounding. Tough shot. It's good pass. Again, Central winning the battle on the boards on both ends of the floor. Another good hustle play.
Foul goes on Crusoe, his second. Multiple replacements in. Dwayne McClendon in for the Eagles. Sawulu to Cameron. Brown's got a 3 straight up. 2 open.
Thought about that one, I think, Charlie.
He did. Watkins right to the hoop. Pass Sawulu. No good. McClendon with a rebound. Finds Brown. Now we're getting into some race up and down the floor. Kamara almost has it go in, and an offensive foul on Fodi Kamara. Looks like his second personal foul.
Yeah, lost the ball. A good drive. Lost it going up. Unfortunately, lost control as well. Picked up that offensive foul. Kind of starting the second half, Central Methodist with a little bit of a flurry. William Penn kind of responded, kind of playing the same way the second half here early on as we did the entire first half.
Yeah, a little moisture on the floor being mopped up. I do Boonville high school basketball games too, and the Boonville girls won a state championship last year, and I got a picture this year of the Boonville Coach of the Year, the Missouri State Coach of the Year, mopping the floor before a ball game.
Jared Hunsaker, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Great coach. The little things coaches do that people don't necessarily know, right?
Tipped around, out of bounds. Yeah, just on that real quickly, the schools where he came from up at Clark County and up in that area, they had a ceremony during one of their ball games this year where they honored him because he was Coach of the Year. And he came from that area, and he's still got family up there.
That's awesome.
Quick shot. Watkins with it. He's got 4. The lead's down to 2 with 15:20 to go. Brown around a pick. Continues to the basket. Doesn't get the shot to fall, but a foul, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Again, where's Central getting the basketball, you know?
That's where their success has been, taking it down the lane, in the paint.
The entire game, you know. Really having a hard time shooting the ball from the 3, but still have the presence of mind to attack and take what the defense is giving you and that's been the case.
Yeah,
all
Central's
night.
got 16 points so far. That's 17 points in the paint.
In the paint, yep.
So about 40% of their offense has been in the lane. Makes both free throws. Lyles checks in. Suwulu checks out, so they get smaller and quicker. 4-point advantage. A lot of bit of travel. They're out of bounds.
Good defensive possession by the Eagles that time.
Just try and do too much sometimes. McClendon, Cameron, Kamara, Lyles, and Brown on the floor for the Eagles. This is Tim Cameron with the ball. McClendon, Brown, trying to find a way to the basket. Off the glass, left-hander, a little too hard. Tipped away, and a foul will be on Fodi Kamara, I believe, and that's 3 if that's him, and it is.
Yeah, sometimes, you just kind of it's kind of a natural instinct to do that, but really not a smart play, especially with a team that runs like this. Get back, establish your defense.
And he's a 6'6 player that's hard to replace because he does a lot of good stuff around the basket. And there's a foul. I think that's going to go on Trent Lyles, second.
Fouls are mounting here early on in the second half.
And we didn't have a lot of fouls in the first half.
Clean,
but
wasn't it? Yeah, absolutely.
Tom Swulu gets ready to check back in. Free throw missed by Malik Edwards.
We talk about free throw, and even in the first half, some of the poor free throw shooting by William Penn. Charlie, they were 7 for 12 for 58%, under 60% in the first half. And you know as well as I do, free throws, especially when we get down under that 4-minute mark, how important free throws.
Well, they're 72% team as a team.
Yeah.
And shooting 50-something. Cameron backs out, step back 3. Tim Cameron hits it.
Big bucket.
He's got 5 in the ball game, lead back to 6. Blaylock. Banked in and good. And going to the line, Malik Edwards back to it. He's a freshman from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, that possession, actually, the last couple possessions, Central's not getting matched up like they were in the first half. We're seeing William Penn, once they get in the half court, really doing a good job driving the basketball driving to the basket. Central just a little slow in rotating and maybe overplaying, overextended on the perimeter.
Cameron goes to get the miss. Lyles back to Cameron. He just made a 3 from elsewhere. That one's no good. Boy, no conscience in that possession. As Watkins missed it, falling out of bounds. Tipped away by Watkins. Suwulu holds his ground and a missed bank shot as we race up and down the floor. McClendon to the hoop, lays it up and in.
Well, what a
from
nice
Lyles.
pass by Lyles. Absolutely. Saw him trailing on the left side of the floor. Way to keep his head up. Great pass.
Q Cager kicks it out. Edwards with a 3.
Just when you think you have a nice possession, something good's happening as a Central Methodist Eagle, right back comes William Penn.
Yeah, they all have the shooter's mentality. That's not going to bother them if they miss a couple of threes. They're going to make some somewhere down the line, and they're going to make up for it.
It's unpredictability. You just don't know. Like I said, the shot before that was not a good shot. But
they're shooting 37.7% as a team from the three-point line, almost 50% from the floor for the season, not tonight.
They're consistent. They're going to shoot it.
Yeah.
Quick.
That's there's a banner over here somewhere that talks about the Central Methodist team. I forget what year it was, being the leading scoring team in the nation in NAIA under Coach Sherman, playing that Loyola Marymount.
Yes,
hurry
sir.
up and throw it up, get it up, shoot as many as you can as fast as you can.
I'm not so sure Matthew Sherman, Jeff's son, wasn't on that team. Great player as Jeff. Jeff Sherman was a fantastic athlete. Great player, unfortunately got hurt early in his career, but gosh, I was very fortunate to play with him for a couple of years, and man, what a talented player he was. And
I believe at one point in time he owned the record in Colorado in the 100.
yeah, he was the state champion. Yep, he did, yes. Also threw the shot put, long jump, played basketball. Great athlete.
Played a lot of slow pitch softball with him. He could play slow pitch softball too.
Just a great athlete.
You just wonder how long it'll be before this floor is named after him.
That's a great point.
I've complained a little bit over the past about getting something named for Doc Lugin.
That's another great point.
I'd like to see something done for that gentleman before
Yep.
he expires, as he's close or is 90.
Great man.
Got a lot of people through this school. Dunk, lob and dunk, a pick and roll.
Yeah. It's been a while since we've been this close.
Down to one. Blaylock with that dunk. McClendon. And there will be a foul called on Cager.
And at that point in time, with 12:41 here remaining in the second quarter, that possessions are critical, and making sure you get people on your basketball team that you want to handle the ball, do the best you can, try to get some of those players in scoring positions. Again, Charlie, Central's had success when they played through the post, and let's see if they continue to do that here.
As we take a break for some reason, making people tuck their jerseys in. Foul was on Cager. It's his third. Brown. Lyles. Brown to the hoop. High off the glass. Left hand and in. He's got 22 now in the game. No time to waste. Right back down to the other end. Laying it in is Cager.
Coach Sherman not happy with that defensive transition.
Yeah, his dad might have heard that all the way back to Colorado.
Because he should not be happy.
There's Brown. They left him alone. He's going to go baseline, get bumped, and down he goes.
Good take. Again, Brown's got the ability to shoot the ball from the perimeter, and man, he is aggressive. Great body, good size. We saw that last possession, can finish at the rim. Had some tough luck earlier, but still, the ability to get to the paint. Charlie, that creates so many problems for the opposition, because he can either score, he's made some great passes, got great vision.
Eagles will be in the bonus from here on.
Good pass.
McClendon, long with a three, tipped around. On the run. This is Cager with 9 steps and a throw it up off the glass, throw it off the rim. But he's fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Mitch Cochran would have called that a travel.
I think there's quite a few people would call that a travel.
Back in the day.
That was a Euro step and a half or two. Cager misses the first free throw. Kamara back in, May back in, Sewulu out, McClendon out.
First half, Central Methodist bench really played well, stepped up, really didn't lose anything when he subbed. Of course, William Penn's playing about 9 kids. Almost everybody on their bench is playing, so a lot of guys get an opportunity to play tonight.
Yeah, this is where the experience of getting to play earlier in the season in some games has helped the Eagles, because they can get McGrew was here last year, so he knows how to play. Yep. Lyles was here last year. He's learning his role as well. They've got pretty much everybody back from last year. There's Kamara inside, pick and roll, score.
How about that pass by Brown? Just as I said, so physical, does so many things well. Great pass that time.
Reverse layup. Chance Crusoe, he's got 8. Kind of clear out for Brown, give him a pick. He's got a big on him now, so he's going to go around him and go to the hoop. kicks it out. Lyles from the corner, a three. Not a prolific three-point shooter. Tipped around. Cameron comes in and says, I'll take it.
Boy, he did too. Great rebound.
Brown one-on-one to the hoop. Off the glass and spins it in. 24 for Jonathan Brown.
Players are making plays, Charlie Brown. We're seeing that here in the second half.
Brown averages almost 18, and he's got 24 with 10-plus minutes to go here in the second half. Pull up three, long. Kamara with a rebound. Fody Kamara is just about a walking double-double. He'll get 10 points and 12 rebounds almost all the time. There he's underneath,
Good
pushed
pass.
under, misses, but he's going to get a couple of rebounds out of it. Brown steps into a three. Kamara again, and he's going to pick up his fourth foul.
Let's see who they call this on. I'm not so sure it's on.
Well, we hope it's not on Kamara. They're going to call it on Tim Cameron. That's good news for Central. It's only his second personal foul. Both sides now, from now on out, will be in the bonus. With 10 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the second half, Eagles with a 2-point advantage. Against a top 5 ranked team in the country.
Man, Cobb again.
Newman with unlimited range. He's got 16. Kamara, a flop on the floor by a player, no good, but Kamara misses the shot. On the run, quickly down, blocked by Brown. And now Central's in the track meet. And there'll be a foul called, and that'll go on Malik Edwards, 6'2 freshman.
Look at the score, Charlie. It's the first time William Penn's had the lead in a long, long time.
They had a 1-point lead in the first half, and then the Eagles came back with a 6-0 run to claim it back. It's 56-55. Community Auto Sales and Service is a one-stop shop for all your automotive needs, from brakes, tires, and oil changes to front-end alignments, engine repair, batteries, and state inspections. They have everything and can do anything to keep you on the road safely. Proud supporter of Eagle Athletics.
Kind of look at the scoreboard. Really, neither team in any foul trouble. 9:34 left to go in the game. Both teams are at full strength. Of course, we're seeing a lot of kids being used by both basketball teams, and I think we're in for an unbelievable finish.
William Penn plays just about everybody they brought. They brought about 8 to 10 players, and they're all in there. Central's got more players, but some of them are have not seen the floor yet and may not see it much other than the 6 or 7 that Coach Sherman's got in his rotation right now. As Jonathan Brown's carrying the load offensively with 24. Next leading scorer for Central
would be Dwayne McClendon with 9 and Kamara with 8. Sawulu with 6. Cameron with 5, May with 3. That's your updated scoring for the Central Methodist Eagles.
First free throw by Brown is good. He's got 25. We're tied at 56.
William Penn, Newman has 16, Blaylock 9, Crusoe 8, Edwards 6, Cobb 6, Watkins 4, Newton 4, Cager 3.
Both free throws good. Eagles with a 1-point advantage. Backdoor cut. Defended better this time.
Yep.
2 men in the same spot. Lyles all over the ball. May's on the baseline, and Isaiah May will pick up the foul. That will be his first, and it will send William Penn to the free throw line as Kavion Blaylock will go.
Blaylock's averaging 19.4 points a game. Second leading scorer.
Spins out no good, and Sawulu with a rebound. Blaylock's got 9. He's not quite halfway to his average. Sawulu, he's going to push that young man underneath the basket. Can't get the ball to go. Both 6'8", one 6'8", 250, the other 6'8", about 180. And a pass as Cameron flashed in between, and the pass goes high over the head of Newman and out of bounds.
On first turnover, let's see if the Eagles can capitalize here.
Sawulu comes up, pick. Cameron got a smaller on him. Back to Sawulu. Outside, May. Cameron lights up a 3. Long. Lyles with a rebound. Puts it back up. A little floater doesn't go, but Trent Lyles has hops and goes and gets the rebound. Now May with a 3 hits it.
Big. Offensive rebounds. Lyles, give him credit. Missed a tough shot. A little short. Great effort. Great energy. Got those 2 offensive rebounds. May caught it in rhythm. Big 3 for the Eagles.
May was 6, 2 threes in the ball game. Tried to get it in the lane. They are letting them play. Rejected out of there. Brown with lots of steps to the basket and nothing called, and he scores again. And we've got a delay of game coming up against somebody for Tim Cameron, I think, for touching the ball and knocking it away a little bit.
Love NAIA basketball. Getting down to the nitty-gritty. Coaches yelling, officials yelling.
I'm sure the William Penn coach is over there saying, you can't see a foul underneath, but you know the call is delay a game on somebody.
It doesn't get any better than this.
Cager misses. Brown has the rebound, 2-on-2. He's going to go to the hoop, and he's going to be fouled on the way.
They have no answer for Brown. Charlie, they have zero answer for Brown, especially in transition. We've seen what he's been able to do in the half court. There's just no answer whatsoever. Sitting on 28, opportunity to get to 30. What a night for number 20.
First one rattles around and falls.
We kind of talked about William Penn's players, and you're looking the last possession or two. We've seen some isolations. I suspect they'll continue to do that.
Second free throw short. 63-56, biggest lead for Central in quite a while. Cager, Newman, leading scorer against Brown.
There's that isolation I was talking about. Yep.
Spin, ball fake.
Yep. Newman and Blaylock are going to be William Penn's go-to guys down here, I think, final stretch.
And Newman's got 18 now. He averages 21. Cameron forced underneath. May. Cameron looks to see if he's behind the three-point line and inbounds. He was. Going to spin. Takes a jump shot that's going to come up short. Cager with a rebound, and he's out on the run. There's Newman with a 3. No good. Inside, Sawulu lets it go out of bounds. It will go to Central.
Central got fortunate that time. Newman was wide open, a little slow. Brown finally got a hand up, recovered, but again, like Newman and Blaylock, 2 players for William Penn. Central's got to know where they are on the offensive end at all times.
Jaden McGrew checks in. Cameron gets a quick rest. McGrew slashes to the hoop, and he's left-handed. So he's going to play on that side to his strength. They force him right. Brown, they're guarding him 30 feet from the basket now. McGrew to the hoop. Doesn't get it to go. Bounced off the rim short. Cager. And there will be a foul on the floor before he got to the hoop.
You know, I think just an observation. Neither one of these teams has played any zone. Everything's been man-to-man. I'm guessing both of these coaches, zone's probably not the defensive choice tonight. Number one, the way both these teams have the ability to drive the basketball, and also both teams can shoot the 3 and have kind of struggled tonight, but I think a lot of that's been because of the defense being played on both ends.
I can't tell you the last time that Coach Sherman ran some sort of a zone. Kevion Blaylock with the putback. He's got 11. Leads down to 3. McGrew looking for a pick from everybody. Almost a bad pass. May gets it to Lyles underneath. Back out, Lyle. McGrew. Brown, he's going to go to the hoop. Turns, spins, can't get it to go. Gets his own rebound. Lyles, not a big three-point shooter, but he hits that one.
Charlie Brown, if Central ends up winning this game, it's because of their effort on the offensive glass. They have done a fantastic job all night, but in particular here since the 10-minute mark. Loose balls, keeping balls alive, and offensive rebounding has led to some big buckets by the Eagles.
Newman doesn't draw anything. Lyles saves it from going out of bounds and pushes the ball up the court. Lyles is about a 20% shooter from the three-point line.
That's a big shot. Quentin says, get it to the big guy. So get it to Big Tom, right, Quentin?
That is exactly right.
All right.
I'm guessing that Jonathan Brown and Big Tom are buds from London.
Will that work right there, Q?
That's okay.
All right. He said that's fine.
31.
For Jonathan Brown.
He's just short of half of Central's points.
Offensive.
Now they're going to call it on May for pushing him into Big Tom.
He had position. I think if there wasn't a foul on the drive, he probably would have gotten that call.
Blaylock at the line, 68% free throw shooter, and then we're going to have a timeout. William Penn calls time. We haven't had a whole lot of those. I look up on the scoreboard, and Central still got all 5 of theirs according to the scoreboard, and William Penn's still got 3 left. So
they're going to be used before this game is over, my friend.
I think you are probably right, if nothing else, just by attrition of up and down the floor. William Penn they're fine with this rate. They play this way all the time.
Yep, and you know that we kind of talked about, I think their game plan as they finish this game is to play through Newman and Blaylock. Blaylock's probably going to isolate a little bit more. Hey, Kamari Newman for William Penn, got to know where he's at. Great shooter. He's got 18 shot attempted. He's attempted 32 shots in this basketball game. He's 11 for 32, 4 of which are threes. Again, we talk about the Eagles. Jonathan Brown, 31. McClendon, 9. Kamara, 8. May, 6. Sawulu, 6. Cameron, 5. Trent Lyles with 3, but what a big 3 that was about a minute ago. So there's an update on your scoring here with 4:57 remaining in this basketball game.
Yeah. Right now, William Penn does not have an answer for Brown. Smalls, he pulls up and shoots over him. Bigs, he takes him to the hoop.
And you know, the thing about Central, too, with McClendon, who's got great skills, handles the basketball. We mentioned Trent Lyles. You know, Coach Sherman's got some great options offensively, and it doesn't have to be Brown bringing the ball down the floor and initiating the offense. They can use those other guys to create opportunities for Brown to either get a driving lane or pull up 3 or, other ways to score. So just very well diversified on the offensive end with the personnel they have on the floor right now.
First free throw good. Trent Lyles went to a small high school in Sedalia, Sacred Heart. They had 8-man football. I did an 8-man football game with theirs.
Really?
Yes, he was their quarterback. He threw for a touchdown, ran for a touchdown, returned a kick for a touchdown, an interception for a touchdown.
Oh, my. That's fantastic.
I think there
were a lot of points scored.
Oh, yeah. Well, 8-man football is normally like 80-50. It's a narrower field and shorter.
Oh, how fun.
It's hard to keep up with. And there's no running clock in 8-man football. It could be 80-0, and you're playing on. Cameron steps back, short with the 3. Kamara slows the ball up a little bit. Cager.
Shooter.
Short. Cameron with a rebound. Hold on. 4:25 to go. 6-point advantage. Do what you do. Run your offense and see what you get out of it. And lately, they either been getting really good shots or to the free throw line. And there's Brown. He's got Newman on him now. Newman's 6'4". Brown's 6'4". Lyles will have to put it up. He's fouled with a 3.
And you know what? Good awareness by Brown that time.
Bench is counting it down. He knows he's not going to get the shot.
Well, and he also good pick and roll action by he and Big Tom. And they've been doing it most of the game. William Penn collapsed on him. Brown could have forced a shot, possibly got to the free throw line. Found Lyles open at the three-point line, got it to him. Going to get 3 free throws and a chance to extend this lead. Good heads-up play by Brown.
Lyles, a 71% free throw shooter. Up to 8, just under 4 to go. Allen crawls as well. No lead's going to be safe in this game. Cameron with a steal. Cager lost the ball. He's trying to get it back. Lyle. Kamara. Cameron, and we have a stoppage as the 30-second clock got down to 6 in a hurry.
I didn't notice that. That's why the whistle blew.
Yes, so they're going to reset it and try and figure out what to put on it.
Put 334 up there.
Put 34 up there.
Good answer.
You like that, huh?
I'm all right with less time on the game clock, but more. And they put 18 on the shot clock, and that's where we'll go.
Plenty of time.
Big Tom, the outlet. Lyles. Cameron and Brown come around. Here, Brown top of the key. Back to Cameron. He's going to run it down with 7. Step back, no good, no rim. Big Tom with a steal after Cameron got his hands on it, and then Cameron loses it. Cager has it, and it's 3-on-2 the other way. Tipped around, no good. Sawulu with it, and here comes a dunk by Cody Kamara. Cody Kamara. And he didn't have the hops in his legs at that point in time to do that.
You know, again, and what was the most important thing right there?
He scores.
Score. we're not worried about points. You know, he's not going to get an 8.5.
No style.
No style points.
No style. 11-point advantage with 3 minutes to go.
A game this important, I tell you what, points are hard to come by. Get them any way you can. 62 points, William Penn. It's almost 35 points under their season average.
Yeah, Central average is giving up 63.
I mean, it's, we still got 3 minutes, Charlie. You made a comment, it's a long way to go. Anything can happen. That's exactly right.
As fast as William Penn plays,
yep,
and their propensity for shooting threes, in 45 seconds, you could have a 9-point swing.
No doubt. But at the same time, Central staying aggressive. Obviously, they're running through through Kamari Brown, and I just think it's one of those things where you stay aggressive. You don't get complacent on the offensive end. I think they will. And
you as a coach have seen it probably more than I have. When you play one way for the whole ball game, and then at the end you change and go slow, it doesn't work out very well.
It does not work out very well. And part of it too at this level. And we talk about the personnel, certainly William Penn, Blaylock, and those guys are probably going to be involved in everything they do offensively. It's the same thing with Central with Brown the night he's had. It's not necessarily going to be 1-4 flat, let him go one-on-one, but within your offense, just make sure he gets a touch in a place where he's comfortable and can be successful, and then play off of him. He either scores, get to the free throw line, or creates a play for another teammate.
Back to action. Just under 3 to go. Blaylock. A lot of contact with Kamara. And they're going to wave it off because somebody from William Penn touched the rim with the ball in the cylinder. Offensive goaltending.
We'll take it.
Cameron hurries it across, now stops once he's in the front court. Newman after him. A flash, almost a steal, but Sawulu with it. Lyles. Not in any hurry. Kamara. Shot blocked. Jump ball. It is William Penn basketball on the alternating possession. So there's an opportunity, Dave, where they slowed it down a little bit and it didn't work out real well. They had to try and get a shot off with 3 seconds to go. Cager.
That's foul.
And there's a foul. Watkins.
Easy call that time. Anytime you come over, as Big Time did.
Fody Kamara
so
with
let's
his
talk about
fourth.
Something here we haven't so far. 2:10 to go. Is William Penn going to pick up full court? I know you still have the shot clock, an 11-point differential. They're going to try to do something to speed up Central Methodist.
I would think they would have to do something, because if Central's going to slow it down and run the shot clock down to 10 before they start initiating much offense, they're going to run out of time, even with a 3-point shot opportunity.
Well, they're choosing to stay with their base defense half court.
Yeah, and I think William Penn will look back on this at some point in time and lament their free throw shooting a little bit and their defensive rebounding. Because you can say, well, we're not shooting threes very well either, but that's because of Central's defense. Cameron. Sawulu. Lyles. Underneath. Off the glass. Sawulu with a rebound. Won't go, but he gets it back again. Puts it up and in.
Offensive rebounds.
We've got a player down on the floor for William Penn. Coach Henry for William Penn looking at the officials saying, see what happens when you don't call fouls? I got a player down. 141, 12-point lead. This would be as big a win as Central has had in many years against a ranked team, and to be up 12 and hold them 30 points under their average. Player is up. That is
looks like he's
Cobb.
okay. That's good.
He's going to head to the locker room. We're going to go take a walk around.
Again, Charlie Brown, we've talked the second half. Central's had some tough luck shooting the basketball. Gosh, have they come up with some offensive rebounds that has led to some buckets. It's just been.
Just take a quick look at the rebounding numbers.
It's been just extremely impressive. So,
yeah, I think Central is out rebounding.
Well, to the point, Central has 19 offensive rebounds, and that's fantastic.
Cager to the hoop, puts it up and in. Sometimes he just plays with abandon, reckless abandon. He's going to the hoop, and you're not going to stop him from getting there. He may not score. Cameron with it now, 10-point lead, 122. Central's going to run another 10 seconds off of here, but except for a foul on Newman. First foul. Both sides in the double bonus now.
Talk about experience, Charlie. This is where that experience from a year ago and some of these kids coming back for Jeff Sherman and these Eagles really comes into play, especially when we get into conference play. And by the way, what a night Lyles has had coming off the bench.
Yeah, he's never going to fill up the score sheet with the numbers.
He's a glue guy. He's a coach's dream. Does so many things well. You talked about his athleticism, but, man, he's a defender. Handles the ball, smart.
Cameron misses the first free throw. He's only a 52% free throw shooter. Misses them both. Central's going to have to make some free throws down the stretch because they're going to be fouled every time they touch the ball, get it on the offensive end. There's a three. Malik Edwards with a three. Cameron's going to have the ball in his hands. He's going to have to make a few free throws or they're going to foul him all the time.
That's also a good option. Get the ball in Brown's hand.
Yep, and let him.
Yep. What a luxury.
Goes around to the hoop, off the right hand, doesn't get it to go. And a rebound by William Penn. It's down to 7. with 37 seconds to go. Edwards just made a three. He's looking for another one. Corner. Three on the way short. Tipped up and in, and a timeout call by William Penn. It's down to 5 with 27 to go. Going to have to make free throws. Central's kind of gotten away from running their offense a little bit and dribbling out by midcourt.
Well, and you got what you wanted. I mean, you had missed 2 free throws by
Cameron,
yes, and then next possession, you got Brown the basketball. Same type of situation. Nice move on a perimeter. He got to the rim, albeit it was contested, but still attacking. And William Penn's got to have a lot good happen here in the last 26.7. Again, Central, as you talked about, it's going to most likely have to hit some free throws and, more importantly, take care of the basketball.
I think if you had asked each of the coaches, what's your opinion if the game's in the 70s? Coach Sherman from Central would have said that's good. Coach Henry from William Penn would say that's not us.
Absolutely. Yep. Central Saturday, I believe, is that right? The 11th?
Yes.
Another big game at Missouri Valley, right?
Valley.
Chad Lance, Missouri Valley Vikings are off to a great start, I believe.
You talk about a shooter's mentality. His son, Jace, is available to shoot threes as soon as he sees half court. He didn't even have to cross it as soon as he could see it.
He's got a nice team, having a real good year.
There's Brown. They strip him of the ball and a late whistle. And everybody on the William Penn bench.
They all thought otherwise, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. They're not very happy over on that side. I think mostly because of the timing of the whistle.
When I look at this, and I'm looking at 6'4" athletes, and I'm talking about well-built, what have you, they don't get down on their knees, after being in a great athletic position on their own. And everybody wants the call to go their way. But
Brown makes the first. He's got 32. I think Central only has 2 players in double figures. Kamara's got 10. And a timeout call. And you can see the frustration on the William Penn side.
This William Penn basketball team, Charlie, I'm not familiar with the Hart and the other teams, but just their style of play. I can see how they score as many points as they score and how they can create fits, to be honest with you, because as you mentioned, they're relentless. I mean, they come in waves, multiple people, play a certain style, play a certain way.
Well, how many shots has William Penn attempted from the field in this game?
Yeah. 2-point and 3-point combined, they are 32 of 87.
87 shots.
87 shots. And again, they've really struggled from the free throw line, 12 of 23. On the flip side, check this out. Central Methodist has attempted 85 2-point field goals and 32 3-point field goals. They've attempted 117 shots in this basketball game. When you think about it,
that's up and down, up and down, up and down.
Yeah, but they also have 20 offensive rebounds.
Yeah.
They've turned William Penn over 20 times. It's a lot of added possessions that allow you to get shots up.
This is Blaylock to the hoop. Doesn't get it. Gets his own rebound, scores, fouled, and with 11.8, he'll go to the free throw line with a chance to get it to 4.
Will this be the only time Central plays William Penn, do you know? Since they're in different...
I think it is because they're not in the same... Free throw is good. Yeah, they're not in the same division, so they play everybody in their division twice, everybody outside the division once.
Okay.
And 3 seconds go by before the referee blows his whistle and calls a foul on Blaylock.
So, Charlie, this is a huge win for Jeff and Central Methodist. William Penn's going to be successful. They're going to win a ton of games in the Heart, no doubt about it. I guess when you continue to have success as Central will, it's good to have this victory against this team.
It is. And they're going to go up to Marshall. They're going to go to Marshall Saturday, and Missouri Valley's going to play the same style. They're going to run it up and down the floor and shoot it. They may not be as prolific as William Penn is, but they're going to play fast as well.
Well, I've seen Central Methodist twice, and I'll tell you, I'll go out on a little limb. This team can defend, and this team can rebound. Didn't shoot the ball particularly well tonight. I'm going to tell you what, if you defend and you rebound, sometimes you don't have, as we see tonight, have to shoot the ball really well to win. And Coach Sherman, this is a good team. He's got great depth and all the way around.
He's got a lot of athleticism.
Got some players that have been injured that are coming back, and it's just a great time. So
can't get the ball in, so a timeout. Where we were a while ago saying that everybody had 5 timeouts and 3 timeouts, we're down to 2 timeouts each now. As you said, they were going to use them all up.
Yeah.
And Central's going to use one of theirs right now. Couldn't get the ball inbounds, and they're going to talk about it as a full timeout. Want to say thank you to David Fox for coming up and helping out. We look forward to doing this. Coach Davis on the women's side has got a couple of the ladies, former Lady Eagles, that he'd like to get up here.
Awesome.
And he's going to invite a couple of them to come up and do it.
Charlie,
I've invited you.
Appreciate the opportunity very much.
You are welcome here anytime you want to come up here, because you're down there sitting with all the rest of the Hall of Famers down in the crowd.
Let's get rid of that Hall of Fame stuff, man. I am just a very fortunate guy that loves basketball and has a good time, and I appreciate being up here in the Eagle's Nest. Is that what you call it, Q? Up here in the catbird seat. I'm up here in the catbird seat. Enjoying a great game, and the most important thing is this basketball team and what Coach Sherman's got. And they've got a lot to be excited. Had a great year up to this point in time, and this victory right now, and hopefully one Saturday will put them in a really good place in the Heart of America Conference.
Looking for a long ball, looking to get it in, gets it into Sawulu, and he's going to have it knocked out of his hands. Coach Sherman can't draw enough out-of-bounds plays up right now. None of them are working very well. He's having a hard time. Get it up the floor. They're going to go over and take a peek.
Stoppage of play?
Yeah, I was going to. We haven't had one of these yet where they're going to go look at the monitor. They're going to go look at the monitor.
What are they looking for?
I don't know if they're looking at time or whether they're looking at an elbow being thrown, something like that. They're going to go over and look. That's what the monitor over there has, is all the different angles of all the different things. And they're going to look at it. And then one of the 2 officials will come back to midcourt. And the one that's standing in midcourt will go over and look at the monitor. And then all 3 of them will get together and decide what it is that they think they ought to do. It slows the game down to a crawl.
Are they looking at your camera?
No. There are huddle cameras here in different spots that show up on that thing. I'd love to be able to tap into all those cameras.
Huh. Gotcha. This is big time stuff.
That's
this
right.
Is like stuff I see on ESPN, right?
That's right. Exactly.
Good, yeah.
Huh?
You say that, yes.
Wow.
I saw.
It's another timeout, Charlie. That's what it is.
Yeah. Well, they're just over there talking, and everybody gets to draw up some more plays with a free timeout while this is going on. My coach, when I was here for baseball, Steve Phipps, posted something the other day. He saw a picture of the field house, and he goes, "Where's the batting cage?"
Yeah.
It used to be over here to our left,
yeah.
Where the batting cage was. And
the track back in the day.
Yeah. I every time I come in here and walk up these steps, I complain about these steps of having to run them all the time.
You know what, though? What a historic place, man. This is, gosh, a lot of history.
It's been updated and kept well.
Yeah.
With all the stuff over there, all the banners now. When you and I were here, David, there weren't very many banners up anywhere.
Right.
Well, there are banners up everywhere now.
They did get soft about 10, 15 years ago when they put air conditioning in here,
Too many conveniences.
So what do we have here? So
Looks like nothing. Looks like they went and looked, and 6.8 is what they want to go with. Nobody did anything. It was knocked out of bounds. It's a 2-possession game with 6.8 to go, but the Eagles have got to find a way to get the ball in bounds. They run Brown long, and there he goes with the ball. He's not looking to score. He's looking to run some clock. Good sportsmanship by Malik Thomas.
Yep. What a win. What a win.
Tim Cameron is telling everybody to get off the free throw line, but Big Tom says, I will after this free throw, but not yet. And now he will walk away. 34 points for Jonathan Brown.
Now, Central's currently not ranked, correct?
That is correct.
And they'll be 10-2 after tonight?
That is
right?
correct as well.
I bet here next week, if they have a good game on Saturday, they'll be probably recognized nationally, don't you?
With this win at 79-73, I would think that will get somebody's attention.
Now Michaels will say, do you believe in miracles? Yes.
Hard work pays off. Coach Sherman greeting everybody, shaking hands with everybody, making sure the line gets through. There goes the next generation of Shermans onto the floor. And for the Shermans out in Colorado, there's your grandson and great-grandson.
That's awesome. That's fantastic. I'm going to guess he can already. I know he's got a goal. I know he's got a ball, and I guarantee he can shoot the three.
And the thing is, Jeff lives right outside the door.
Oh, yeah.
He lives across the street from this fine facility. So anytime that they want to shoot hoops, they got a way to get in and shoot some hoops.
Charlie, thanks again for the opportunity. I surely appreciate that, to be able to come back to Central. Great memories. Great job as always, and again, I thank you.
Yeah, it was a great ball game. It would take a lot to mess that up. Just hope we didn't do that for any of you out there. 79-73 is your final. Big win. The Statesmen go to 11-1 overall and 3-1 in the Heart. Eagles go to 10-2 overall and 2-1 in the Heart. That will do it. We're not back here. Let me look and see when the men are not at home until the 5th of January. Women are here before that because the women have Haskell next week, and then on New Year's Eve day, and then January the 2nd, Benedictine. So get over your New Year's hangover and come out and watch basketball as Benedictine will be in town. For David Fox, this is Charlie Brown. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as we've enjoyed bringing it to you. I thank David for coming and helping out. Great job by him. I knew that would be. He does so many high school basketball games. He's got so much insight and so much history here of Central that we appreciate that. So that will do it from here. 79-73 is the final as the Eagles take down the ranked Statesmen.